Now at 6 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, 2 suspects are arrested in Victoria on home burglary charges. A new report shows Texas teachers are making thousands of dollars less than the national average. And we hear from Victoria City Council District 3 candidate April Butler.
Although not much is happening around our area right now, we've got some big storms out in far west Texas that look to be drifting into our area. Will they make it? That's the big question. We'll talk about it coming up.
And hear from some East Titans as they get ready for the area round against Harlingen South. That's in sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Don Brubaker. Karina Garcia is off tonight. This is an alert day. Storms on the way. Now let's take a first look at your forecast. Here's First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mac Perez. Mac?
Thank you very much, Don. Well, what happened is that the Severe Storms Center put us under a marginal threat of severe weather. But of course, what's happening? I don't see anything. Well, if you look out to the west, already storms have fired just above San Antonio, and it's this big line right here. Now, generally, as these storms grow tall, they get directed by the upper winds. Well, the upper winds would take that into our area. So this stuff may be here sometime around midnight. So we do have an alert and possibility, 60% chance of some strong thunderstorms coming through our area overnight. We'll have more details on that coming up, and take a look at your weekend. Also coming up in just a few minutes. Don, back to you.
Mac, thank you. A suspect from Uvalde was arrested by Victoria County deputies Tuesday. 49-year-old Michelle Habe faces a charge of burglary of a home. She's in the Victoria County jail in lieu of $50,000 bond. Victoria County deputies arrested a 54-year-old suspect Tuesday. James Jones of Victoria is charged with manufacture and delivery of a controlled substance. He is in the Victoria County jail in lieu of $50,000 bond. A 26-year-old suspect was arrested by Victoria County deputies Tuesday. Nathaniel Rosales of Victoria is charged with burglary of a home. He is in the Victoria County jail in lieu of $50,000 bond. Woodrow Wilson Wagner II takes on April Butler in the race for Victoria City Council District 3. 25 News Now reporter Adarius McCormick is in studio to tell us all there is to know about April Butler. Adarius?
April Butler is no stranger to the Victoria community. She's lived here for over 20 years. Also, Butler owns Woodhouse Day Spas and iFix Computers in Victoria. Now she plans to improve the city's economy. She says her experience as a business owner will help achieve this goal if elected.
I've heard it said that a city budget is not the same as a business budget. However, management of how you manage a business and how you would manage city government are very much the same. You have to think of how your decisions are going to impact the lives of others.
Her opponent, Woodrow Wilson Wagner II, discussed his track record of advocacy and desire to give back to his hometown. His primary focus, if elected, is to give first responders more competitive pay to prevent them from leaving Victoria. Wagner and Butler both share this idea of keeping our first responders, and the two will go head-to-head in the May 4th election, just days away. Don, back to you.
Darius, thank you. Yes, the May 4th elections are this Saturday in Victoria County. You can go to one of 19 polling locations. They will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. A new report shows Texas teachers are making thousands of dollars less than the national average. The NEA report found that on average, Texas teachers earn over $9,000 less than the national average. Also, the state of Texas provides more than $5,000 less per student in school funding than the national average. The report shows Texas is 29th in the country in teacher pay, and when inflation is considered, teachers' average salaries in Texas are now 6% lower than they were in 2015. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton leads a multi-state coalition suing the Biden administration. The lawsuit is over the administration's ban on private firearms sales. Louisiana, Missouri, and Utah are also in the lawsuit. The suit states that these regulatory restrictions go beyond the authority granted to the agency by Congress. Paxton wants immediate relief to stop the ATF from enforcing its ruling while the issue is considered fully by the courts. Part of Crestwood Drive will be closed Thursday morning. Crestwood will close between Navarro and Main Streets for paving operations from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. All businesses and homes in the construction zone will remain accessible. The construction is part of the Crestwood Drive Phase 3 reconstruction project. California's governor is condemning law enforcement's slow response to violence on UCLA's campus. The violence took place late last night into this morning. That's when a scuffle started between pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel protesters. LAPD did not arrive until this morning, which Governor Gavin Newsom said was too late. Newsom said free speech does not include violence, and those who took part in that should face criminal prosecution. Here's your viewer poll this evening. Scan that QR code on your screen to vote now. Here's the question. How concerned are you about challenges to free speech on college campuses today? And most of the voters, 57%, say they are not concerned at all about challenges to free speech on college campuses today. We thank you for voting. We want to hear your opinion. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part, and I will have an update on 25 News Now at 10. Calhoun County is about to reach a milestone as it becomes home to one of the largest solar street lighting projects in the nation. County leaders, along with Ingo Planet, are just about finished installing solar-powered lights along with security cameras in all Calhoun County parks. A total of 300 lights will go up. Precinct 4 County Commissioner Gary Reese says this project will improve safety at area parks.
And we were fortunate enough to be able to enter into this contract with Ingo Lighting. Thing for make the parks look better, and it should certainly help the security of the parks.
Reese says Ingo Planet will provide maintenance for the next 15 years. No taxpayer funds were used for this project. And here are some of the top headlines you can read in the Port Lavaca Wave. Bayfront Peninsula Park will celebrate Cinco de Mayo this Saturday with festivities such as Mexican bingo, live entertainment, and more. Admission is free. Plus, multiple local businesses and people were honored at this year's 57th annual Port Lavaca Chamber of Commerce Awards banquet. You can read these stories and more at the PortLavacaWave.com. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. Then you can see Crossroads Today on YouTube. And stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 6, Southwest Airlines has to offer travel vouchers to some customers whose flights were changed. Also ahead, an E. coli outbreak is connected to walnuts sold in Texas. Plus, you'll meet a young man whose dream wish was fulfilled. Southwest Airlines will now offer a travel voucher worth at least $75 to some customers whose flights are canceled or delayed. The U.S. Department of Transportation announced that Dallas-based Southwest is required to provide this compensation. Flyers can receive a Southwest voucher if their flight is canceled or delayed within 7 days of departure. They arrive 3 or more hours later than planned, and the delay or cancellation was caused by something Southwest could control. The CDC is warning about an E. coli outbreak. A dozen people in California and Washington state have been sickened after eating a batch of organic walnuts. The FDA said the walnuts were recalled last week. The recalled walnuts were sold in stores in 7 states, including Texas. The government says stores that sold the walnuts should notify customers about the recall. If people have these walnuts, the product should be thrown out, and people should clean the surfaces the walnuts may have touched. Walmart says it will close all of its health care clinics and end virtual health care services. It has 51 clinics in 6 states, including Texas. They offered primary and urgent care, labs, x-rays, behavioral health, and dental work. Walmart targeted rural and underserved areas that have a shortage of primary care providers. Walmart said its health care push was not profitable because of what it called the challenging reimbursement environment and escalating operating costs. Here's a look at some of the top headlines in the Cuero Record. DeWitt County makes plans for an emergency animal shelter, and a record $1.3 million was raised in total sales for the youth at the 75th annual Cuero Livestock Show. Read these stories and more at DeWittCountyToday.com. In North Texas, a 3-year-old boy fighting a rare brain tumor lived out his dreams this week thanks to local police and firefighters.
New 2024 was going to be a crazy year. Their youngest child was born in late January.
We have 7 kids now.
And they moved into a new home in Capel a week later. But they never could have imagined what would come next. In the unpacking process, their oldest daughter rediscovered her golf clubs.
And I didn't think much of it, but she didn't put the golf clubs away, and the little boys got a hold of them. The 4-year-old Ambrose swung the golf club and hit the 3-year-old Benedict in the back of the head.
Jeff Schuffelbein took Benedict to the clinic to get him checked out.
And what happened next changed our whole world.
Scans found a rare brain tumor that would need to be removed within 48 hours.
It was one of those life-defining moments where everything stops.
Soon, Benny will start radiation and chemotherapy.
We're prayerful, hopeful, faithful.
And before the Schuffelbeins enter a world of daily sedation and gut-wrenching side effects, they want to make as many good memories as possible.
He's running around, he's happy, he hasn't started treatment, so we're gonna celebrate him.
Benny's dream job.
He likes to switch between police officer and firefighter.
And on this day,
y'all come on inside.
He gets to be both. The Capel Police Department made him their honorary chief Monday, a job he took seriously.
Are you a police officer?
While driving the police golf cart.
I'm the bad guy? That makes sense.
I think if we can just give them one great day and one great memory just to make, 1 hour or 1 minute feel a little bit better, then it was well worth it.
The fire department also rolled out the red carpet for Benny with his very own firefighter uniform. But the best part of the VIP tour of the engines and the ambulance came at the end. Everyone got a turn to spray the fire hose.
I feel a little bit overwhelmed by just the support and love of all the people who made this possible. I think a dream come true for everybody in our family.
Proving that even the best jobs are better when you get to do them together.
So to have this moment of joy, I think it's for Benedict. I think it's for us too, that we can look back and see.
Very nice. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We didn't get a whole lot of sunshine today. A current temperature is about 82, but we did manage to get the upper 80s. Of course, now I'm going to start talking about the heat index because it feels like 87. It was higher than that earlier today. We did manage to get up to 89 after our average should be about 83. But what's this business about severe thunderstorms tonight? Well, they're out in West Texas, and it looks like it's coming in our direction. We'll be talking about that right after this. and humidity over the area, but so far nothing has popped in our area. There you see Victoria, there you see the low clouds that are with us, but not far away. You'll see two things happening. First of all, as I mentioned yesterday, we have the sea breeze this time of year. In other words, the land heats up, showers pop, and they all sort of drift inland, so they usually flow away from the coast. And that's what's happening with this activity, which is just beginning to get heavy between the Austin and San Antonio area. But out west, we have these big old thunderstorms that climb up to 30, 40, 50,000 feet. And when they get that tall, they get directed, their direction is controlled by the upper winds. Well, the upper winds are pretty much zonal. It means that they're going from west to east. And so this activity that's out to the west of us has a potential to actually move toward us in the overnight time period. So it's not now, it would be closer to midnight, maybe in the overnight times. So let's zoom in again. Here we are. What we've had today has been fairly, light to moderate, a few sprinkles here and there. But just north of San Antonio, right here in Bernie and heading on north, is where the stuff's getting heavy. But that's the sea breeze. It's out here. You can see the big hungry thunderstorms that are beginning to fire and roll toward the east. That's the activity that could be here after midnight, 3 o'clock in the morning. So they have us under a severe thunderstorm watch, believe it or not. This is, of course, the more severe area out in far west Texas, but all of the hill country, much of San Antonio, all the way down to our area, we're under a flash flood watch, or rather a flood advisory, that if that stuff rolls through this area like expected, it will produce quite a bit of rainfall and cause potential flooding. So this is a watch area until tomorrow, Thursday. So we're, shall we say, under the gun for this potential. Now, this is future tracker, so we're going forward in time. You can see the stormy weather out in West Texas and the stuff over the hill country right now. While that goes north, this goes east. And you can see this big line developing. And of course, there you are. You can see how close it gets to our area in the overnight time period. So, maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you may hear some thunder and lightning rolling through our region. And that's the reason why we have an alert day for today. And we also have that severe weather advisory. Let me show you what we're talking about. There's the stuff going all the way through Thursday morning. And then Thursday afternoon, while that band moves offshore, we get a little bit of a break. And Thursday afternoon, possibility we may get another line to develop, as you see right about there. Then, by the time we get to Friday, things should start settling down. Here's our severe weather watch. We're in the slight area, so we're in level 2 right here of the potential for getting some stormy weather around the area, and that includes a whole bunch of the crossroads, so you just need to consider that and the advantages that is happening in the overnight time period. So hopefully we won't get bothered too much by it. But if we get heavy rain overnight, that'll be the concern. Tomorrow being your Thursday, we have still a garden variety chance of some marginal showers, even still within our region. And that's why, we're going to be watching the skies for the next couple of days. Now, for tomorrow, we're looking for cloudy to partly cloudy skies, less rain chance for Port Lavaca, a little bit more rain chance if you're west of us out toward Cuero and Gonzales, but your temperatures will get up into the mid 80s, upper 80s as well. And as we take a look at the long weekend, or not the long weekend, but the weekend, no, there's never a long enough weekend, that's what I'm saying. Tonight we got about a 60% chance of stormy weather. Tomorrow, 40% in the afternoon, isolated showers, and then partly cloudy by Friday, and then pretty good looking summer-like weather as we get on into the weekend. A lot of people headed out to Goliad to the Cinco de Mayo event, so we think we're going to have a good weekend for that. That is your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody. We do have a QR code. If you scan that with your phone, you can put Crossroads a day on your phone. Here's Don.
Mac, thank you. And Zach Brown is here with a whole bunch of sports.
Thank you, Don. Victoria East just won their first playoff series for the first time in a decade. Hear from a few of them coming up in sports. Victoria East softball just made it to the postseason for the first time in about a decade, and they also just won their first playoff series for the first time in a decade. And Coach Buck has these girls ready and excited for the area round.
It's awesome for them, especially, the three who are playing. We got a 4-year starter and two 3-year starters. So for them to finally push everybody to get to that point is really a big deal. By the time you get to this point, record doesn't really matter. Everybody kind of starts with a clean slate. So making sure that they're prepared, getting as much video as we can on our opponents, giving them the best scouting reports that we can, and then really just letting them get out there and go to work and use their skills.
I'm so proud of my team. I feel like we worked so hard to get here and we're finally here. It's really exciting. We all grew up together and being able to make it here together is great. After 4 years, sticking it out.
Also spoke with junior Mia Amador. She's a pitcher. She's also very excited and feels confident in her girls' ability to pull out the win over Harlingen South. UHV Golf has done it again, a four-peat for the home team. In a press release from UHV, Sam Fowler, the Jags were helped big time from freshman Nathan, who is from France. He shot 2 under 70. 4 Jags actually finished in the top 5 for scoring, outside of Nathan, that being Enzo Dakichi, Hayden Harwick, and Paul Choppin. In the top 10, we also had Joshua Vander Wath. We have some state golf for some area teams, Hallettsville and Industrial. And this picture from the Jackson County Herald Tribune, the golf team, which had Aiden Thomas, Alex Alexander, William Hunt, Logan Thomas, and Coben Snyder, finished 9th at the state golf meet, shooting a .703. Alexander had the best individual effort, placing 19th with a 159. Alexander improved his day 1 number of 82 to a 77 in the second round. Hunt shot an 86 both days, finishing at 172. Aiden Thomas and Logan Thomas both finished with a 186, with Aiden shooting a 98 and an 88, and Logan shot a 94-92. Coben Snyder shot 104 and 97 to finish at 201. Congrats to Industrial. We get ready to head over to Austin for all of our state-bound athletes, and Faith Academy getting ready to head off to Waco for their state qualifiers from the Cougars. The girls team, who placed 4th overall, Chloe Cuellar, who placed 4th in the 200-meter, Bethany Bowser in the 300-meter hurdles, Grant Salceda places 4th in the pole vault. They also had a lot of kids beat their personal best at the regional meet as well. Faith Academy looking to bring some hardware back to Victoria. The Houston Astros are looking for win number 3 in a row. They welcome Cleveland to town in the 10th inning. Cleveland just misses a homer with a double off Josh Hader. Houston blew an 8-3 lead to find themselves down 9-8 in the 10th, but down to their final out in the bottom of the 10th. Victor Caratini walks it off for a Houston winning streak, now a season-long 3 games, as they try and get their season back on track after an absolutely awful start. And Don Brubaker can no longer say it's just April, because it's now May. So if they don't get it together soon, the season is over. That's it for your sports. Don, back to you.
And Don Brubaker can say it's still too early, Zach, to write off those Astros. Thank you, Zach, and we're back in a moment. A Texas postal worker who found old letters from a World War II veteran from Arkansas made it his mission to find the veteran's family to return the letters. Finally tonight, traveling all the way from North Texas, Grand Prairie namely, this post office worker made the long drive to Arkansas, all to deliver this special piece of mail to this grateful family. On April 25th, Alvin Gauthier found undelivered letters while at work that ranged from 1942 to 1945 from World War II Army veteran Marion Lamb. You see his picture, but they had little detail of where to send them. After helpful emails and phone calls, Alva's job took a different route after finding Marion's family. Neither rain, nor sleet, nor gloom of night, or missing mails.
Amazing.
Got it to the right place. Excellent job. Okay, our storm's going to get into our way.
Well, there are storms out farther west, out there along the Texas state border. However, they're drifting in this direction, and so we believe that they will get into the crossroads about midnight tonight. So let's just say that, yes, we have a potential for some stormy weather, all of it overnight, and by tomorrow we should be clear by the morning. A few possible showers tomorrow afternoon, but then the weekend is going to clear up very nicely. A little warm, but hey, it's a good weekend.
All right, thank you, Mac, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you tonight for 25 News Now at 10. Have a good one, everybody.